Hey guys, Mark Holmes still here, outside, contemplating life and figuring out the next step. And still, another one for Puerto Rico. Earlier today, somebody asked me who was going to be my pet player. And I hadn't really thought about who was my pet player. I mean, we all know I'm all in the tank for Dak, and I want to see Dak do well. But I got to tell you, I have not one but two pet players. And maybe it's because it's the dog in me. I have always been that one technique, that defensive line, that big, nasty guy in the middle. Anybody who's been following me for any length of time knows I have forever been talking about the defensive line. You know, people say linebackers, people will say cornerbacks, people will say safeties, and I say the damn line. Because understand, the Dallas Cowboys, as much as we think they're a failure, I want you to think about this. 4 out of the last 5 years, the Dallas Cowboys have won the division. Have had a winning season. 3 of those years, they've won the division. I know we haven't won the Super Bowl, but that's pretty dominant. You've got to first be able to take care of business in your division before you can go anywhere else. And we just need to have that playoff success. And that didn't happen until the Dallas Cowboys realized we need the offensive line because everything goes because of those guys. And in the last few years, they've kind of realized that with that defense, with Rod Marnelli. And I think the best thing that happened was bringing in Chris Richard so Rod Marnelli could just work with that defensive line. He's a good defensive coordinator. He's got a great mind, but I tell you what, he is the defensive line whisperer. The things he does with those defensive linemen, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that guy with the great pedigree, you know, that guy with the high stature, that guy that everybody thinks is going to be a beast. He takes nobodies and he molds them into dogs that destroy you. He takes people you never heard of, like Antoine Woods, guys like George Selvey, guys like David Irving, practice squad guys, has-beens, you know, like Jason Hatcher. Guys that have never been anything. Guys that weren't thought of, and turns them into beasts. And for me, for once, I feel really, really good about what I've seen from Malik Collins, because I don't see that anybody's actually blocked him yet this preseason. Malik Collins, for the first time, is not dealing with a foot issue. And if you don't have a foot, we saw what not having a foot did for Jalen Smith versus him having one. 2017 versus 2018. 2017, hey, it was amazing that he was able to play for 16 games. He did great work for a guy on one leg. But 2018, he had that foot, he had that speed, he had that ability, and he became an absolute beast and got rewarded by the team. Could we be seeing the same thing with Malik Collins? Understand he had 2 operations last year on his foot before the season. The year before, he had an operation on the other foot. This year, he's in good shape, and he looks like a beast. That guy. And understand, the one technique guy is a guy that you look at the numbers and you're like, meh, it's only 4 sacks, 5 sacks, and 30 tackles. That's nothing. Because you're comparing it to a defensive end, a guy who's usually getting one-on-one on the outside. His job is basically to rush upfield. He's got his eyes over here where he's not getting clocked from the other side. So he gets all the love like linebackers do. Because understand, if that one technique guy is not doing his stuff, then the linebackers getting hit and they're not doing theirs. So he's doing that dirty work, that nasty work, okay? He's taking on the double teams and keeping those guys from getting the next level. He's allowing the other guys to make plays. That is a man's man in there. And it's not pretty. Because as a one technique guy, you get hit by the guard, You get hit by the center. You get hit by the other guard. You get hit by the guard in the center. Sometimes you get hit by both guards in the center at the same time. You get hit by the fullback and the guard. You get hit by the fullback in the center. You get a tight end that comes down and does a wham block. Oh, sometimes they'll end up bringing down the tackle and doing that. You'll get tripped up in the chop block area. You take more abuse than anybody else on the damn field. And my other pet, ooh, damn. Antoine Woods. Another guy that'll be in there doing the dirty work. And see, if those two guys are doing their job and getting that push in the middle, getting that little penetration, getting that yard, resetting the line of scrimmage backwards, then that leaves guys like DeMarcus Lawrence, like Robert Quinn, free reign. Or when they do a stunt and he kicks outside, he's taking that center with him and he's bumping the guard, and then all of a sudden that fast DeMarcus Lawrence comes around clean as a whistle in that gap. Those are my pets. And see, here's what I love. Oh my goodness. DeMarcus Lawrence was asked, hey D-Law, since you've got all this depth on the defensive line, since you've got all these other great guys, does that take some pressure off you so you don't have to worry about being the guy? He said, hey, I don't want no pressure off me. If anything, that's going to make me work harder. And I had to pull my computer out here I want to make sure I get this quote exactly right. David Hausman said, here's your daily motivation. And I tell you what, when you hear this, oh man, the juices just start to flow, man. Courtesy of DeMarcus Lawrence. Tonight, Lawrence said the Cowboys got some dogs on their defense. He said, yeah, we got some dogs. And that's my pet dogs, okay? My pet dogs. In fact, I got a name for them. Antoine Woods, Malik Collins, the Bruise Brothers. And I would love to use the theme from the Blues Brothers, Peter Gunn. Do 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 do. But you know how it is with using copyrighted material. But I can't wait to get some highlights of those two guys jumping on dudes. Oh. And with the Redskins having Eric Flowers at a guard. And the Eagles, the way they've been giving up sacks. And the Giants. But this is what DeMarcus Lawrence said. When asked, can you clarify that, Mr. Lawrence? Dogs. Some real dogs that gonna bite your face off when they see you. That's what type of mentality we're talking about. They want to play on the field. Everybody's gonna get hit. Period. That's the mindset. Dogs that are going to bite your face off. If you're on the field, you're going to get hit. That's the mindset. Wow. I love it. I am so excited about this defense. You got to understand, what I grew up watching, I know you young people, you have a different mindset. See, you don't understand anything that happened more than 3 years ago because you didn't see it. You didn't experience, you didn't live it. But believe it or not, there was football and things before you guys. I know you guys are born with the internet and everything like that, this, that, and the other. But understand, football, go back and look up some of the vintage film of the Doomsday defense. Because that, my friends, is what I grew up on. And if you saw, in fact, watch some of the highlights. Half of the plays that are made on those highlights, 50% of them would be called penalties now. It was no illegal contact. Those receivers got the crap beat out of them going down the field. It wasn't when your knee went down, it was when your forward motion stopped. Deacon Jones had the clothesline and the head slap. These guys went to war. It was brutal. It was nasty. And I gotta tell you, listening to D-Law, he's about to go medieval on an ass, just like in the good old days of the Doomsday defense. Now, I don't know if this is going to work out or not, but I'm going to put you on blast, Barry. Barry from Cowboys Experience. They're an incredible organization. Cowboys Experience, we've already booked our tickets. We're going to be in Dallas Saturday at 7:55 a.m. We're going to the autograph signing with Cowboys Experience. I don't know who's going to be there yet, but there's the autograph signing. We're going to be at the game on Sunday. And Barry is working on getting me an interview with the Manster. And I want to talk old school football with him. I want to ask him things like, what was your most favorite hit? What quarterback did you hate the most? And what kind of beer do you like? So Barry, I'm looking forward to that interview. And I can't wait to get to Dallas. I cannot wait to get this thing on. I got this feeling, guys. I got this feeling. Well, I've been out here a while. Today was another good day. I woke up this morning. I had work to do. I had my wonderful wife by my side. Got to work with my son. I talked to my daughters. And I'm here with you guys right now. When I go through the list of all of the days when they're all done, I can definitely look at this one and say it was a good one. And that I didn't waste it. I hope at the end of the day, you have that same feeling every day. But right now, it's time to turn out the lights, guys. Time to lay these dead bones down. Time to turn out the lights. This party's over. I'll see you first thing in the morning with Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys Report. And as always, thank you guys. Oh, one last thing too. I had to do something that I absolutely positively hate. Understand, don't make me angry. This crazy person comes out when you do. I'll see you guys in the morning. Thoughts and prayers for Puerto Rico. Oh. Who cut my head off? Ah! Ah!